I am your host, Rick Delgado, and welcoming back to the show once again is a lovely lady based out of Beverly Hills, California, and she's rubbing it in on how toasty warm it is out there.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. She's the founder and clinical hypnotherapist for Let It Go Hypnosis. Give her a call at 323-999-4775, or better yet, go to the website, letitgohypnosis.com. That's letitgohypnosis.com. And how about a nice round of applause? Let's welcome her back, the one and only Barbara Scheidegger. Barbara, welcome back to the show, and how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time, as you do, to join us. And as always, we always have new people checking us out, so please do me a favor and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and exactly what you do at Let It Go Hypnosis.
I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I help people to release the blockages, the belief that you cannot move on with their lives, or the belief that they're never going to have money in their lives. I help them to move on, that in a conscious level they can see what they're doing wrong. Yes, and I say wrong. So they can adjust it in a positive belief and do it right. Because wrong is always available, so how about doing it right now for once? And it's proven in hypnotherapy that it's not only mentally, we can change that. As soon as you change your emotions to a positive aspect in your life, your physical body will follow, and you might, it can remove your headache, your pain, even your constipation, whatever bothers you, in a way that doctors sometimes couldn't explain how and what. They just give you medicine, and that's just what they do, to say, okay, take this, and you feel better. But for how long do you feel better? For a day, and tomorrow morning when you wake up, you feel the same way. You have to pop another pill. At the same time, you feel like, oh my God, I need to take this pill now, but I have a stomach ache. My other pain is gone, but now my stomach. Now you go back to the doctor, get another pill, and it's a domino effect.
Yeah, and it's
in hypnotherapy, we can remove that.
Right.
It is proven. It has been scientifically proven. The only thing that scientists cannot explain how hypnotherapy works. The reason for that is because we're all different. And that's my specialty, actually, in the Scheidegger approach for these 21 days. I can help you in 21 days to bring you to the platform that you can move forward in a positive, happy way, finding your relationship, getting more money, getting another job, getting out of whatever would hold you back to move forward. Even suddenly you're open to talk. It's being open and move forward. And these 21 days, I have proven it a few times already. It just works.
Right. Yeah, and it actually worked for you. Correct?
It has. I mean, what it is, hypnotherapy helped me to move forward and leave my poor me behind. I felt like everybody else is responsible for what happened to me until in hypnotherapy I realized I am in control of my life, and I'm building these blocks on my own and building that big wall on my own so I cannot move forward in a way that actually felt like almost, well, that's just what it is, and that's what I know, and that's just life is going to be. I was able to tear down these walls, walking forward straight up. I became healthier. My health improved tremendously when I was able to remove all these negative blocks and seeing actually that I was responsible for that. I had to take full responsibility for my behavior. Oh my God, that was hard, but I did.
Right, and you know what? That's probably one of those limiting, self-limiting thoughts that people have is well, this is my lot in life, and I really can't do anything about it, and woe is me, and like you said, the poor me attitude. That can all be changed simply by contacting Barbara Scheidegger and going through the Scheidegger approach, which is like she described. It's a 21-day process, and it's not only about changing your life, but removing those limits that have been holding you back and creating new habits, because that's what it's all about, right, Barbara?
Yes, absolutely. That's it's the pattern. We have to bring that unwanted pattern to the conscious level, because the unconscious mind and the conscious mind are not in sync. We have to bring it up from the unconscious level to the conscious level and see actually what we are doing it, and not. It's not a way that we say, okay, I'm doing that, and okay. No, we're going to remove it and replace it. What you actually want, what you want from life. Finding clarity is extremely, extremely important, to know specifically what you want. And through the 21 days program I offer to my clients, they have clarity. And I just had a young man, 27 years old, just so unhappy. He had anxiety attacks. He didn't feel well about himself. He don't want to talk to anybody anymore, and he hated his job. So after 21 days, I just got a little note from him. He's moving with his girlfriend to a new place. He found another job, and he's feeling now very good, and he knows what he wants.
Right.
It's, to me, it's like, wow. That's all it needed, 21 days. And it's not that I'm doing it to them. I'm guiding you through. I help the client to open up their eyes and see the pattern, what they're doing. Routine is such a dangerous way of living that your brain is not functioning anymore. It's just routine.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It's like breathing. You don't think about it, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
But you're not doing anything with passion. You're not really living. You're just kind of going through the motions.
And then again, I have to say, if you don't know how to breathe, it will affect your health. So we have to learn to breathe consciously too, and that's what I teach people too, to breathe consciously. What's happening when you breathe? Why? When you breathe deeply, why do you feel better? What is your body going through when you breathe deeply down into your tummy? Or even you can breathe down to your feet. It's possible. What's happening? How is your body reacting to it in a positive way? It's filling up air. It makes space.
Right.
And can release the blockage when you breathe out. That's why when people get anxious, they have to breathe in the brown bag. The brown bag has nothing to do with it. It's just because there's something happening. Noise is going on, and the brown bag is inflating and deflating. You can breathe in any bag. It doesn't matter, or you don't even need a bag. But it's just to focus on your breathing so you forget your anxiety,
right.
basically.
Now, let me ask you this, because you mentioned that, when you are, working with somebody that the physical body tends to follow what the conscious and subconscious are doing. So are you saying that you're going to start feeling physically better as well?
Yes, absolutely. It's an amazing process. It's a domino effect, and I find it amazing how it starts with one little thing, and then it develops to better and better. It's a teaching. It is a learning. It's an education. We have to educate ourselves for a way of new thinking, and that goes with hypnotherapy.
Right.
In hypnotherapy, people are in a very relaxed state. That's all. Very deeply relaxed. It's a state that the conscious mind and unconscious mind actually are together and having that little discussion. Hey, we want this. Nope, this we're going to remove.
Right.
It's basically the way it works.
Now let me ask you this, because you are talking about hypnotherapy, and for people that are just tuning in and don't know, have never heard Barbara talk about this before, or know what, clinical hypnotherapy is, as opposed to what you might see on TV or in a comedy club. It's completely different, right, Barbara?
Yes, I don't have a watch or a pendulum. I don't knock you out in a second. No.
You're not walking around making chicken noises, none of that stuff.
Unless they want to.
Right.
It's a different story.
But it all is based around what the person wants, right?
Yeah. Oh, everything. When a client comes in, I have always to ask, what do you want?
Right.
And the interesting part is I always hear what they don't want. So I have always to adjust them and say, you did not listen to me. I asked you. Look at me. I asked you, what do you want? And
right.
There's always silence. Oh, what do I want? And the interesting part about that is I don't hear, I want a red Ferrari, I want a big house, I want to buy an island. It comes back always, I want to feel better. I want it to be in a better relationship. I need to be happier. How can I get happier? I want to be happier. It's very interesting that people at that point, they don't pay attention at the material anymore.
Right. Yeah, you know what?
How they
And let me ask you this, Barbara, because you do make the point of, asking that question, what do you want? Now, when people do set up an appointment with you, is it important for them to maybe do some homework beforehand? Say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be sitting in this session and starting this, 21-day thing. Should they write out questions that they have or things that they want to make sure that they discuss with you beforehand?
It would be good. People forget when they come in to ask questions about what hypnotherapy is and how it will be beneficial to them. But I actually have rather them sitting in front of me and saying just what comes up, what they want. Not that they think about it too much. It has to come up then. So it's not thought over. If they start making a list, it was, oh, no, I don't want that. Oh, no.
Right.
They start to think about it. And then it's not as spontaneous.
Right.
I need a spontaneous answer. What's coming out from your gut? What's the gut feeling, what you really want? Are you listening to your voice that's within you? Are you talking from that? Is it from you? Otherwise, it comes up and, I want this, but my neighbor said this is not good. So, then I crossed it out. Then the thinking starts there. So I rather have people coming in. If they have question about hypnotherapy,
right.
I will answer them, and anyway, I will explain it deeply and understandable in easy words. But the wantings, even then at that time when they come in the first time, it's not the real thing.
Right.
It's in the second session that I realize, here we got it now. We know what it is.
Because a lot of times people are a little, they're a little, defensive. They don't want to expose themselves too much because that can be a little scary. What is she going to do to me? What is it all going to mean? But eventually, as long as you're open to it, and you have to be open to it, and that's probably the only reason why you're going to end up, sitting with Barbara in the first place, is that you're tired of, just getting by, just getting through, just muddling along in life, and you're looking to do something better. And Barbara's got the approach that will make that happen for you. It's called the Scheidegger approach. LetItGoHypnosis.com is her website, based out of Beverly Hills, California, but she can work with you no matter where you're located. So reach out to her, 323-999-4775 or letitgohypnosis.com. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we truly appreciate it. And of course, if anybody's not familiar with clinical hypnotherapy, it has nothing to do with the crazy stuff you might see on TV or in comedy clubs or nothing like that. This is life-altering stuff. This is stuff that, if you're stuck in a rut, maybe you're in a bad relationship, maybe you're just not achieving the goals that you want, there are some limiting beliefs that you have, working with Barbara can help eliminate those beliefs. Right, Barbara?
That's correct, yes.
And it's about changing your life. And to make those changes stick is not going to happen overnight, now is it?
Oh, no, definitely not. It's also the way you phrase things, the way you use your words. It's very interesting. I just listened to the radio yesterday, and one of the announcers said something, oh, my God, before I came on the break, my colleague just told me, don't forget to say whatever he had to announce.
Right.
And he says, now it's 1 hour later, now I remember. And after 30 seconds, I forgot. And the problem with that is basically when we say don't forget, all you hear, forget.
Right.
And you will forget it. But if you tell somebody, remember to say that announcement, remember to take the key with you, you will take the key with you. So it depends always how you talk to yourself, too. And what I say, the wrong is always available, so what's wrong with right? Think right. And what we do, we just poisoning our emotions. When we poison that emotions, at the same time, the body reacts to it, too, and we just get tired.
Right.
In hypnotherapy, we show you the way, I show you the way, guide you through to find the positive in whatever happens to you in your life. Even if you hit rock bottom, that you're able to get up and say, it was an experience. I've learned something from it. Now I'm moving on.
Right.
It's Abraham Lincoln said, I met so many people in my life that I have learned something from them. And the most I learned is what I shouldn't do. And that's what it is.
That's a great piece of advice. And again, when you're dealing with stuff, when you're working with people, it's that conscious versus the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind can really be a hindrance. It's what it's what blocks us from taking those steps that are necessary.
It is the conscious mind wants it. What's blocking on is the unknown. The unconscious mind is just very quiet there with all these old files that we have within us. And the mind is so into, I'm going to do that, and just the unconscious mind comes up, and it is like a filter that says, oh, you know what, we haven't done this. Why would you do it? We do it the way we always have done it for the last 20 years. And we go back of what we know, and we think back in that old pattern. We're miserable because we're fearful to move on and let that go. It's the unknown that we're so scared of it. But there's always a light in the tunnel. When we think back in our lives, how many times did we really wanted something and we went through the dark in order to get the light and to get what we want? It gave us strength. And through now that hypnotherapy, we're going deeply inside. We remove all these old patterns that's not necessary anymore and replace it with what will serve your purpose.
Right. And sometimes those old patterns are developed at such a young age that you don't even realize that they're blocking you, right? Yeah,
that's right. Absolutely.
Because I remember one guest that you had brought on once. I believe she had a blockage that was due to, I guess, her mom when she was growing up.
Yes. And now they have a great relationship. They are fine. But she had to see what she was doing. She didn't know. She just knew there is something that makes her angry every time or upsets her when she just hears her mother's voice. So it's something from the past that she never really realized what she was doing. But as we brought it up to the surface, and sometimes in hypnotherapy, when we bring it up, it has a form, it has a color, it's there with something that they can see and actually tell this little thing, whatever form or color it has, hey, thank you very much, I can let you go now. It's not magic,
right.
But it's there are magic moments in there when you get it. It's very magical.
Yeah.
Once you see, oh my God, I was able to release that, and I feel so much better.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be the smallest thing that has developed into a huge blockage. And that's affecting your not only the way you think, but how you think, your relationships, you name it. It could just be wreaking havoc across the entire spectrum of your life and not even realize it. It was just something that maybe somebody scared you as a kid, and your parents didn't really comfort you the right way, and all of a sudden these things develop over time.
Yeah. Well, it's very, heartbreaking. I heard from that little kid, it was just horrible what they did to the kid. But all his answer was always, but Mommy loves me.
Right.
That's the way he knew life. That's the way he knew this. Because she always told me she loves me. At the same time, she was hitting me and kicking me, but she loves me. Yeah, but that's not the way of love. That's not the way we love people.
Yeah.
So this goes on for the rest of his life unless he can make that change. And through hypnotherapy, that change can be made without any drugs.
Right.
That's the good part about hypnotherapy. It's organic, it's natural, and hypnotherapy gives you hope.
Yeah.
There is always hope.
Yeah.
So any thought, any emotion or behavior you can consistently think will reinforce your habits. The good part is you were able to get it in, you can get it out.
Right.
So if you change your way of thinking, emotions or behavior, you can reinforce it and make a new habit, a good habit out of it that makes you feel good. And at the same time, your blood pressure might drop, your heart is not pounding that much, your acid reflux suddenly have no more problems. It's very important. It's very interesting how it works.
Yeah, and you might find yourself being depressed or have some anxiety, and all of a sudden, boom, those things are removed, and now you're seeing life in a whole different light. Hey, let me ask you this real quick, Barbara, before we run out of time. You do teach people how to do this themselves too, right? Just in case.
Oh, that's very important. Absolutely, that's included in the program. In the program is the 21 days. I guide 3 people through their new habits. They get a recording, and I teach people how to do self-hypnosis. So when they find themselves, and life throws at you many different things, they are good or bad, but you need to have. You find yourself in a situation that you have the feeling you cannot handle. The self-hypnosis is an amazing tool to use in that time, and getting out of it and in a place that you can see, oh, okay, that's the way I have to handle it.
Right. Yeah, and it becomes a very powerful tool you can use, on your own. Especially, when certain things, a little anxiety may pop its head when you're not expecting it. Again, our guest has been Barbara Scheidegger, the founder and clinical hypnotherapist for Let It Go Hypnosis out of Beverly Hills, California. As always, what a pleasure. Thank you so much, Barbara, for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Again, she's based out of Beverly Hills, California, but don't let that stop you. She's got Skype. She's got the internet. She can work with you no matter where you're located. Let It Go
Love technology.
Yes, loves technology. LetItGoHypnosis.com. You can go to the website, see all about her, what she can do for you, read about the Scheidegger approach, and, of course, reach out to her, 323-999-4775. And thank you once again, Barbara, for spending the time with us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.